Working with fields in Create. The first page we're going to look at is a page with text on. If I open up the page, you see I've got 4 text objects here. We've got 3 items of flat 3D text and a extruded 3D text. I'm going to look at first is the flat 3D text, text 1. And if I come along here, you can see I can have a field association. And this is where we actually add the field number to this bit of text. So I click where it says none, and there's a drop down with a choice of primary or secondary. Primary, it gives me a field number and a selection index. The field number is how external software accesses the fields. JavaScript can either access the field by field ID or the selection index number. And I'm going to change the name of the field. I'm just going to call that my text. And I can change the text down here. You can still edit it up here if you wanted to. You can click on there and edit your text there if you want to, but I'm going to change it down here and just write hello. Click OK, and there's my word hello. If I view my field marker manager, there's my page, there's my field, and you can see it's got the name of my text, description text. I can go in there and modify various things, and I can update the text here as well, so I can type in welcome. Let's close that window down. So there we have welcome. Now for the second line of text, I'm going to go along to the field association, and when I click down here, instead of making it a primary field, I'm going to make it a secondary field. When I make it a secondary field, I can make it follow any other field on the page. So if I click secondary here, and where it says secondary field, I can choose field 1, which was called my text. When I select that now, it matches the text in welcome. So if I view my field marker manager, I only have one field on this page because I've just got one primary field. And that's how it'll be seen by remote software like Gallium. Let's put this back to hello. Click OK. And you can see when I change the first field, which is this top one, the second one automatically follows whatever's going on in field 1. Now I'm going to have a look at the third text object. And I've got something here called prefix and suffix, which I want to show you. So with the prefix, I can change that dash dash to www if I wanted to. And I could add a suffix to it. Click on there. I can put .com. Now if I go to my field association and choose secondary and then choose field 1, it puts whatever has been entered into field 1 in between my prefix and my suffix. So again, if we look at the field marker manager, you'll see it only shows one field. So this could be a website or something like that. Click OK. And you see all 3 objects are tracking this single field. It's exactly the same for extruded 3D text. If I come along to the extruded 3D text and I come down to the field association, if I come down here, I can either make that a primary field or a secondary field. So I make that a secondary field, make it my text. Again, that's kept the same information. And now let's have a look at fields on images. If I open this page up here, here's my rectangle, and if I open that up, you can see I have a material on the front face. If I open up the material here, there's nowhere for me to add a field there. And if I look at my rectangle, and then look at my front face, there's nowhere to add a field here. This is because we need to go to our material and we need to activate this button here, override material. So if I click on this, this will allow me to override this material. Click on the front face, go to the properties. Now I've got a checkbox here which will allow me to use the material override. So if I click on this, you can see here that I can change the material, the image of the material here. But I've also got my field association. So again, this could be a primary or a secondary field. I'm going to make this a primary field because it's the only thing on the page. I'm going to change the name from image file to my image. Review the field marker manager. On page 3, here is our information. Click on the ... and I can choose image 1 instead. For text, we added it directly on the object. For images, we went to the material, we clicked on the override of the material, we looked at the front surface, we checked this box here to use the override, and then we were able to add our primary field. Now we're going to have a look at media. Media is different yet again. I open up my page to edit it. If I look at my video surface, click on the material, you can see there is my material, my clip. Now, after doing the image, it's very tempting to click on here to override the material. But what we do is we go down to our media tab. With our media tab, I can choose my video clip that's on my surface. Now, if I go to my properties, this is where I can add a field association. So now that has a field 1 on it. And I can change that from dark right to be my clip. So if I view this in Field Marker Manager now, you can see there it is, my clip. So when we look at this in the Gallium, we know exactly what we're going to be updating. And that's the 3 different ways which we use fields when it comes to Create.